Birthday.
Thank you.
Of course. Got you a little gift. It's nothing crazy, but is there anything else that you want to do today, birthday guy?
Not really.
No?
I mean, you know, I'm a homebody. I like to.
I know you are.
You know, I didn't really actually have anything planned for today, but I mean, this is nice. It's really nice to see. It's been a while actually, and today, you know, I haven't really gotten into like the whole celebration thing for a while. It's been rough, you know, past decade. Decade, damn. But I was thinking about, you know, probably just making some good dinner and hanging out with the dogs.
I know you haven't wanted to do much the past decade. Is this because of Sandy and what happened?
It's gonna be 10 years.
Gosh.
When I guess 10 years ago, a little more than that now, when she got diagnosed. Sandy, you know, I remember her being like, this is just a thing, and it's gonna, you know, run through my body, and it did. The cancer ran through her body. It took over every part so rapidly, and you know, her and I had known each other for almost our whole lives, and we really, I mean, like the high school sweethearts and the whole thing. But when we decided to start a family of our own, and you know, we had our daughter Kate, we had always thought that there might be more, you know, but I think the way that things played out, one was plenty, and yeah, watching Kate pass the way that she did at a time in my life where I was still really young myself. And I just was so angry then. And it was not so long after that I started to watch my daughter go into a place that I had been at one point. You know, Kate had even been.
I know when your wife had passed, Kate started going in a rough direction. Do you think your wife's passing, you know, affected her and brought her down that path? Or?
I definitely think it had something to do with it, but also I think the way that my parenting had changed so much, and the way that I was treating her, and the anger, it was like a parallel, like watching my daughter living a life that I had graced upon at once a point, and I just didn't want that for her. I didn't want to see, and I couldn't go through it again. I couldn't experience. I mean, it was like the group of the people that she surrounded herself with. She was young too, though, you know, and it's like, but then it was just the decisions, the life choices that she was making. It was so detrimental to any sort of healthy life. We were just completely disconnected at that point, you know, and she was nearing the end of high school. She was about 17 years old, and you know, it was about 2 years that we were together, just the two of us, and we just never found the connection like when she was little. So I kind of just I was in such a rough place myself that I kind of just like unleashed all my anger out onto this poor baby. Like, so I still live in the same house, right?
Yeah.
And
you haven't thought about also just, leaving the city and starting new?
Oh, I couldn't. Like, this house, this was mine and Sandy's, like, original plan. We're like, we're gonna get married, we're gonna get a house. Like,
Right.
we got the house, had a child, raised her, and then life happens and cancer takes her away from me, and I go bananas. I like just lost it. After kicking her out, and the way that I kicked her out though, like I threw all of her stuff out, right? Like all of her personal belongings out into the front of the house, right on the front yard. And I gave her something before she left, and it was an old family heirloom. It was passed down to me from my father.
Mm-hmm.
It was this compass, right? Like, I gave it to her, and like, so snarky and so cynical, and I was like, here, take this, and I hope that this helps you find your path or find your direction in life or something like this. And I just left her out in the cold, and I closed the door, and I didn't want to look back.
Do you think that she ever looks back and wants to reconnect with you?
I like to fantasize that she would, like, imagine that she would possibly. I don't even know where she is. We have not had. I haven't seen her since. I haven't talked to her since. There's been no connection whatsoever.
None at all?
No. And I don't know where she is. I mean, my best guess is that she's in jail or not even with us anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's I've had to kind of put that to rest because I've been so focused on just staying afloat and being able to, like, make my mortgage payments by myself. I think that was kind of a big part of, like, I didn't want to have to be responsible for somebody else anymore. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
I was alone.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, especially with Sandy passing, she was going down a path that, you could potentially lose her, and I don't think it would have been, easy to see, or even capable of you seeing that happen. So, who knows? She could have turned her ways around, and maybe she understands why you did what you did. And if you could reach out to her, would you like to speak to her again one day?
Oh my God, I've thought about this over and over again, and I tell you, like, years of therapy now.
Yeah.
I'm not the same person. I don't even know if she'd recognize me. Like, I've dealt with the anger. I've found things in life that are beautiful, that are reasons to live, and I would just have so much more to, like, show her that this life is beautiful, and she didn't deserve that at all.
Right.
But I don't know where she's at. I don't know where she's at in her own life, and if she would even be able to accept any sort of apology from me,
Yeah. Well, maybe that day will happen. But all I know is today's your day. So, happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
And I think you should go ahead and open that gift.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Of course.
This might be all that I received today, so it means a lot.
Of course. That's a snarky comment you said you made. Maybe it wasn't so snarky, and maybe you meant it. and maybe that compass actually found its way back to you.
Maybe I'm not in jail. Maybe I'm a lawyer who wants to help Dad. And I want to reconnect with my dad.
Kate, I'm sorry.